come to the bold analysis. Straightforward. I want to look at the claim by William Ruto's allies that intelligence briefs are being leaked to the Azimio bloggers. And this is a claim, and especially Azimio team, and this is a claim that has actually been dangled at a time when the NIS is in the process of getting a new Director General, a position that DPP Nordin Aji is supposed to appear in Parliament to defend his nomination by President William Ruto. And, just recently, Philip Kameru, the head of NIS, resigned. And in that is the process why they're in the process of getting a new NIS general. But this claim is coming under a context of looking at who is to blame for what is happening. And I remember sometime during Uhuru Kenyatta reign, there's a claim of a total sabotage of Uhuru administration by those that had already had some allegiance towards William Ruto, who was then a deputy president. And the story is told of how the president had to plant even some intelligence people in different ministries to prevent the pilferage and, the pilferage of resources and some corruption, trying to clip what exactly was to see pilferage of, because what happened is immediately after that fallout, there was that divided loyalty. And in the midst of that divided loyalty, the politics of Uhuru Kenyatta transition got their way in the administration. And then people were like, who am I supposed to swear allegiance to? Some people making their way, trying to get implicated in the corruption scandals and then being fronted, kicked out of government. And so I want to believe that it's not something new. It's not something new for the intelligence to be planted and in different ministries, because that is a practice that was largely used. I understand Uhuru Kenyatta even had to bring in some people from the military to help in the operation because the government was grounded by the powerful forces. And so I have looked at that claim that the spies are roping intelligence, and what I'm really waiting for, or something that is really bothering me, and that what I want to look at is, why is it that there is a bit of that dragging? And I want to confront that in my 3 PowerPoint here. UDA allies are now claiming Azimio team are receiving intelligence briefs and are approaching Ruto slowly from power. There's a claim that they are the ones that are probably benefiting a lot from the administration. And partly, this borders what I want to explain in this podcast. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. I want to urge you to follow Maverick co-author. You listen to, she's very vulgar and out of context. But again, she's a gun for hire. That's one thing I can tell you. She's actually a gun for hire, and she's the door to do the leakage, because part of what she's talking about is targeting the middle class. 3 objectives of this narrative of dragging the intelligence. I think there is a critical plan to link Uhuru Kenyatta to Ruto's slow start. In fact, Ruto's failure. The truth of the matter here is the first 8 months, if you do a critical audit, then you will agree with us that something is not adding up, and the president is finding it difficult to hold grip of his power. Just the first budget has occasioned a major split in the UDA administration, while those some leaders are split as to whether they need to support the bill or not. We have also seen infightings with seeing people leaving the administration. Principal secretaries, two principal secretaries, one has resigned and one was kicked out. And infighting on state parastatals, looking at what Panyako is saying, the grip of the power, of his power, is not yet stable. And quite analysts are seeing him as a man who is in it but not in control, really doubting whether he's in control. But one of the things that William Ruto has is this tough talk, and making you believe. Someone was saying the other day that William Ruto can talk to you, and he has done the way of using definite statements. In the next 3 months, we have done X billions amount of money. He has known how to package the information so that you look at him and you see, like, now this is what this country needs. But in real sense, he seems not to be in power. And so these allegations that are coming are being floated largely to blame Uhuru Kenyatta. And the tragedy that might befall this country is this. I think from the earlier time, from the first 2 or 3 months, it would be viable to link Uhuru Kenyatta because of transition chaos that was happening. But 4 years later, will you come and tell the electorates that Uhuru Kenyatta was the problem? I think people need to think outside the box, because this is not a narrative that is going to be sustainable across the term, throughout the term. I listened to Robert Mbiu, I think he's an MP from Kitui, where residents were saying, we don't want to hear about Uhuru did this, Uhuru did this. Can you just do what you can do or what you have done, because you are the person in power? The population is actually talking about that. The dragging of intelligence is planned to kick out some, number one, Uhuru Kenyatta allies that are still in Ruto's government, and number two, to vilify some state officers so that they can be ejected from power. And I think the kind of what people are exploiting is, when is the mantra of William Ruto. Immediately that corruption scandal emerged, a PS was fired on a flight to Italy by a text message through a WhatsApp. That PS was fired. And there are those who really praised President William Ruto for being aggressive and taking making that decision outright, a difference from what Uhuru Kenyatta was doing. Uhuru Kenyatta could be named, but he was waiting for prosecution until you are proven guilty, or maybe until you are charged, then you will be relieved of your duties. But when people saw that immediately person X was named in this corruption scandal, this or that, Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto kicked him out. That is the window that some of these people are actually using to kick out. There's a meeting that is, when Aoko was talking about this thing, he said he has secured a meeting with Oscar Sudi. And so I asked myself, Oscar Sudi has been so quiet. In fact, amongst William Ruto's allies, some of the vocal allies, one of the person that is very quiet is Oscar Sudi. Many Kenyans have been asking, so what exactly happened? It's because immediately Ruto came to power, there are those who got the front seat. And those who got the front seat were because of some different reasons. Some people are yelling and yapping outside that we made William Ruto the president, we campaigned for William Ruto. But people don't know that Ruto did not become president because of exclusively your vote. In terms of his presidency, probably not even Rigathi Gachagua, not even his closest allies knows how William Ruto became president. And these people outside here lecturing us about how they campaigned to make William Ruto president, I honestly believe they are making a lot of noise, because the presidency was given to William Ruto. Were it not for that, I think that would not have happened. So we are vilifying state officers, and maybe we want to eject them and create a lot of squabbles. I want to say, I've always been alluding to it. You see, what happened to Millicent Omanga was purely political witch hunt. It was purely on vilifying state officer. And in some advanced democracies, I don't know whether still Millicent Omanga will be in office. So those kind of frustrations that will even make you then feel like I don't need to be still in this government. But that's the risk in it. Lastly, I see that the intelligence call linking them to what is happening in the UDA administration is a cover-up on rampant corruption. A lot of money is being stolen in the back room. That's the truth. Quite a lot is getting lost in the back room. And no one seems to be very comfortable and ready to speak about it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my bold look at what exactly is happening behind the scene. And I don't believe that, not really fully trust that it is about the intelligence, because some of these state officers, for example, we have relatives, we have friends, we have loyal supporters who are also working in the administration. People have always thought that you need to get some superhuman being somewhere to get. No, this information comes out by the same people that are in these offices, and they're the ones that leak out the information, say what exactly is happening. Someone is alluding to the fact that some Azimio bloggers knew about the Statehouse fasting. Now, the people who are fasting maybe are uncomfortable about it. What will stop them from making those statements and making clear of what exactly is happening? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my take. Let's look at the server question at the Embu Madaraka Day in the next podcast. So make sure you watch my next video. Thank you.